Mmm. Mmm. These are so good. They're so good.
We keep it coming to the spiral. Yeah, we keep it coming. Yeah, we keep it coming to the spiral. Oh yeah, we keep it coming. Yeah, we keep it coming to the spiral. And I know I'm gonna keep it 100. Keep it 100. So grateful for the life I live. Grateful for the fishes I see. So grateful for the love I'm receiving. Love are the only thing. Only for man I prefer. No need to stress. No need to stress. Oh no need to stress no more.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Your Guide on Ghana. Today I am coming to visit the owner of this fantastic coconut chip brand. It is one that not many people have heard of, brand new, and the technique he uses to make his coconut chips is really fascinating and is also helpful for the environment. Let's go inside and find out exactly how he makes his coconut chips and a little bit more about why he decided to leave the UK to come to Ghana. So let's go inside. Jedu Amar is the founder of Paradise Sun Snacks, and he has produced a coconut chip unlike any other.
It's actually really funny because this is genuinely like one of the highlights of my day, believe it or not. And I know it's a lot of running back and forth, and I know it's a lot of like trying to time everything. You know, you have about 10 minutes to pack chips, and then you have to make sure that the others haven't burned, especially if sometimes the temperature just turns and it gets incredibly hot.
These ones smell so good.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So this is the highlight of it all. So we don't use any electricity, and we don't use any gas. We just rely on natural sunlight, natural sun energy, solar energy to manufacture and make our products. We are the first and the only brand in the world to do what we're doing. So we just leave it in the sun with these little machines, and as you can see, they get super, super toasty and crunchy and things like that. Nice and bronze, caramelized. So yeah, that's the ultimate goal. But again, as I'll tell you more about, we're just trying to cook without any electricity, no gas, no nothing, just sun. So yeah, we're trying to do things in the most eco-friendly way. So that's the ultimate goal here. I don't want to compensate and try and cheat anywhere. So this is really the ultimate goal. So,
Okay, so the sun right now, I see it's toasting them.
Yep.
Okay.
So that one is like getting super, super toasty. So I'll just let the air naturally breathe it a little bit.
Okay.
But apart from that, it's mainly just set it on the sun. Obviously watch over and make sure it doesn't burn. And it turns into something actually really quite delicious, nice and crunchy and things like that. So, but yeah, it's a nice process. I mean, you're just letting nature take its course, quite literally. So I mean, obviously in the morning it starts over there, so we face it towards there, and as sun gets higher, you can start to tell. But I think the best thing about it is that now I have such a better understanding of how the weather works here and the weather patterns, and knowing what happens if the skies are coming from the west or the east or the northwest. So you have such a good understanding of the geology and the geography of Ghana, simply just by allowing nature to work in its own little way.
So what about rainy season? Does it affect you as far as production?
Absolutely, it definitely does affect us. But the good thing is there's always going to be sun. I mean, even during the rainy season, you'll have maybe about a week of solid rain, and then the week after, you know that it's going to be nice and sunny. So especially now when the weather is nice like this, you have to keep going, and you have to keep cooking. And it works, and I can churn this out. This is literally today I set this out, so I can probably start 2 batches a day, especially on super hot day. Easily 2 batches a day, maybe start a 3rd batch which is super helpful. But no, again, you just have to allow nature. You have to listen to the environment. You have to listen to how nature works, and you get rewarded significantly. Like I feel like I am now. So I'm actually super happy about how things go. I mean, I don't mind that little rainy season in between things, because at least it gives you time to breathe and you start to re-strategize and look at other ways and new ways or new things to do. So yeah, that's a good thing. But you know that when the rain is finished, the sun comes out. Always comes out, and there's always something positive to enjoy, and there's always something positive to take from it. So one of my biggest goals was to just do something innovative and just change the way and change the narrative of what can be done in Africa. I think we have so many things, and I don't think we're as resourceful with what we have as we should be. And so I think that's exactly what I'm trying to show here, that just by using the basic necessities or the basic things that we have every day, sunlight, fresh fruit, and the environment, we can create something really quite magical and special. So it is, yes, it's time consuming. Yes, it is very enjoyable and very rewarding, because you know how good you're doing, how much good you're doing for the environment. So I think that's the big thing you can take away from this. It's important for someone to be doing something like this, because if I don't do it, someone else could be doing it. But it's the little things, you know, and it's taking the steps every day to give back. Maybe not so much in personnel, but also just give back to the environment that we praise and we give so much credit to, because without it we would be nowhere, you know. It gets super hot. So,
I can imagine, because the sun gets really hot here in Ghana, so I can
especially
imagine.
when you concentrate that with the mirrors, it's like an oven. It's it's crazy.
Okay, so now you're taking it inside.
Yep, I'll take it inside, and then I'll let that rest for a little bit, cool down, and then we start to repack it. So I have my scale ready. I have the products pretty much ready. So firstly, quality check. How is it? Is it crispy? It's crispy, it breaks straight away in my hand. So that's the first and most important check that I go through. I'll obviously throw that away. Just make sure it's cooled down fully. Now I'll take the bags.
So you package everything by hand?
Everything is done by hand. Everything is done by me, actually, funny enough.
Wow.
So it's a lot of work, but you know, it does get incredibly rewarding. So resets. Here we go.
And so how many of these can you bag, like, per hour?
So I can't do a lot per hour at this moment. Obviously, we're still quite grassroots as a brand, so there's only so much we can do. But I think with that comes a lot of lesson and a lot of learning along the way. So at least we don't rush into trying to scale up when we're just not ready for it.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal is to bag. The good thing is, again, it's based on the sun, really. So you have some ovens cooking a lot faster than other ovens. So at least now I have time to package this, and then I'll go on to my next batch, which should come out soon. I'll label these when I'm done, and then that's the most important thing. So it's just, yeah, I mean, it doesn't take too long. and we can do actually quite a few. I've obviously I can do this a lot quicker, but I'm speaking at the same time. So,
Of course.
but yeah, no. Normally I do probably about if I had all my ovens working at once, I could do probably about 100. I could do about 100 within an hour at least. But again, it's a time-consuming thing, and I'm still very grassroots.
It smells so good.
Yeah. I think that's honestly one of my favorite parts, because if I was to open, maybe even, let's see. Let me get a good one to open up for you. Yeah, if I was to open even this one, you will get like a nice slap in the face of the nutty coconut smell. And it's been a little bit sweetened and things like that. So it's,
It smells
yeah.
good.
So yeah, I mean, that's like easily one of the most rewarding things. Give you one of the first.
You have other flavors
samples.
coming?
Yes.
Oh, and I get to have a sample?
I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
However,
It's not ready.
it's not ready yet.
Okay.
It's not
All
ready
right.
yet.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's fine.
So it's,
Yeah, it smells so good.
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
All right. So mid-afternoon is your best time to get your batch. Or you start it in
Yep.
the morning. You put them in the morning and let it sit. Like how many hours does it take to get to this toastiness?
So I put it out in the morning, and when I say morning, I would say around 9:30 to 10 o'clock, because that's when the sun starts to really get hot, especially around this time of year. And then by 1 o'clock, that's when it should start to finish off. 1 to 2 o'clock, I would say, actually.
Okay.
But we're okay if it takes longer than that.
Okay.
And so long as it's done through the day, I think that's when we're really happy with that. It requires a lot of patience, especially because you're really just depending on nature to really run its course and do the job for you. Essentially, God is controlling this for me. You know, the sun is really just controlling the complete outcome of every single batch. But you have to just monitor and be there to ensure that it comes out well. So it's a patient game, but it's also a really rewarding game,
Yeah.
because again, there's nothing like just allowing nature to do its job.
So how do you know which coconuts are going to give the perfect taste? Because
Oh
coconuts
yeah,
in different regions have a different
they
flavor.
vary. Yeah, they
You know,
do.
like
They
I
do.
love the coconuts from the western region.
Yeah,
You know, they
They're
taste a little bit
nice.
different than what you would find in
Yeah.
this area or in the
Yeah.
eastern region, or you know.
Yeah.
So how do you decide which ones are the best?
I think you decide when you have to taste a lot of coconuts. I've tasted so many different coconuts from the furthest point of like the western region to the eastern region to the north. I've tasted it all, and that is actually really cool, because you have a different perspective of Ghana, because there's so much variety, right? And so I have been lucky enough to come out and kind of figure out that the best coconut you can get is either from Cape Coast, because it's sweet but not too sweet.
Okay.
Towards the north, like Passagree side. But the best for me is definitely Cape Coast and that side.
Okay.
You're not looking for the young one. The young one
It's too
is
soft.
it's too soft, but it's so sweet and it's so good. That's the one you can find on the roadside, right?
Yes, those are so good.
So good.
Just to eat
so
fresh,
good. Yeah,
straight,
exactly. And then you have the coconut water with it,
Yeah.
which that's another avenue I really want to look at some point. I know a lot of other companies have started looking at the same thing, but for us, it's really important to focus on this first stage. The next thing we actually are looking to do, we've been on the search for some really good off-takers for our coconut shell. And we're looking for also some who are supplying coconut oil, because we have obviously excess coconut times, and we'd like to off ship it to them and allow them to process and make oil from the product. I think the good thing about coconut is that it's a tree of life.
Yeah.
And there's so many things you can do with the product itself. Obviously, we all know that you can use coconut oil for your hair, your skin.
So many things.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And the best thing about coconut is that it's actually good for you. And unlike potato chips and some of these other chips, plantain chips, fried.
I love plantain chips.
They're so good, aren't they? I know.
But yeah, fried in the oil, yeah.
And it's super high in cholesterol, calories, and you're not getting the right fats in you. You're getting all the, the bad ones. And I'd hate to say there's bad things in plantain.
I love plantain chips.
as do I. And I genuinely eat plantain at least twice a week, at least, minimum. But I think we also have to really pay attention to our own personal health.
Right.
And our personal health is prime right now, especially in this current climate that we're in with coronavirus. I mean, you're wearing a mask. I'm wearing a mask.
I know, wearing a mask to make sure.
You know, exactly. I mean, we would usually even wear a mask anyway,
right.
But now you're really having to pay a lot of attention.
More diligent.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I studied architecture and I studied architecture history, and you start to figure out that people, all they're trying to do is just solve problems, and that stretches from engineering to art. And obviously you have that balance of architecture. Now, conversation in today's world, especially with concerning architecture, is that how do we create sustainable buildings? How do we create sustainable and eco-friendly environments? Not just for us, but that can sustain itself for hundreds of years, something that will stand for hundreds of years, and also not have any impact on the environment. And that was one of the things that I generally got really interested in, and I ended up studying some sustainability courses while I was in school. And through that time, you come to find out so many things that we're doing wrong, so many trivial things that we do wrong in our everyday lives, and we don't realize what it does. And obviously it's something that I personally am passionate about. I do care about people too, and I think once we start to draw the relationship between the environment and people, that's only when we're going to start to get somewhere. And I think, again, in Ghana we're so lucky because we have everything. We have wind, we have rain, and most importantly we have the one energy that we've always needed, and that's sunlight. And I think that's why I called this Paradise Sun Snacks, because we're living in a paradise. We have everything. The UK or Canada, they can't grow pineapples, they can't grow coconut, they can't grow tomatoes and potatoes in the same space, but we can. And until we start to acknowledge what we have and we really start to treat it with the respect that it desires, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere. And I think that's why I want to show that. I just want to show that we are we're much bigger than what we think we are.
I want to ask you, what made you decide to leave the UK to come to Ghana?
So I finished school, and I kind of decided right at the bat I wanted to do something other than live that regular life in the UK or in the US. I wanted to come to Ghana. I wanted to explore, and I wanted to see what other opportunities there were available. And I think Ghana is ripe with so much opportunity, more so than any other country, especially because, firstly, Ghana is probably the safest country in Africa, I would say, maybe behind one or two others, but we are definitely one of the safest countries out there. And so, when I say safe, I mean economically, it's quite easy to do business here. Yeah, we still have things to work on, but I mean, it can easily be solved just through dissemination having the right people around you. So that is kind of the first thing that I wanted to do, and so I moved to UK straight after the US in college, and I went straight into a little bit of design work with my old man, who's also an architect and surveyor, and he does a lot of extensive work over there, and he's doing well. But I just wanted to have a change of scene, and I was so used to being around different people, different backgrounds, and I wanted to experience that. I think I also wanted to get in contact and in touch with what really makes me who I am.
Thank you so much for today. If somebody wants to order your product and they're not in Ghana, how do they do that?
The best way to do it is probably bulk order. That's the first step I would say.
Through your Instagram, your website?
Through my Instagram. Website should be coming up soon.
Okay.
We've been working with Vodafone Ghana to come up with a really cool website. So we'll be in contact with everyone, and we'll let everyone know on our Instagram page, which is probably the best place to find us, and follow us at Paradise Sun Snacks on Instagram. Again, Paradise Sun Snacks. Just go ahead, follow us, and we will kind of give you everything you need. Like us, we will respond to every single message you send us, and honestly, we're more than grateful to help out whenever, and let you know when there's new products. And those who are willing to buy from us, you may get one of our trial products that we've been working on.
Trial products?
So yeah,
okay.
So that's an exciting thing. And you guys will definitely be getting the first taste.
Great.
So we'll have to go through
I'll press you.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah,
thank you.
Thank you again.
Thanks a lot.
So much for featuring us.
Thank
It
you.
means a lot, really.
Thank you.
First and foremost, because I'm literally the marketer, the CEO,
You're the one man doing everything in the business. Well, you'll grow, and eventually you'll have a support team, you'll have all of that, and one day your stuff will be all over the world.
Thank you. Yes. So it means a lot. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone in the diaspora for hearing our story. And thank you to the year of the Sun.
Woo! He's thanking the year of return.
For allowing me and giving me the opportunity to move back in and showcase what I can do.
Thank you. To taste these chips, they're so good. I wanted to just take them off the tray when they were warm and he was packaging them, but I know you can't do that. So this is a fresh pack from the batch, and there we go. At least we know it's sealed well. These are so good. They're so good. Gotta get some. Gotta get some.
They keep it coming, so just spiral. Yeah, we keep it coming. Yeah, we keep it coming, so just spiral. Oh yeah, we keep it coming. Yeah, we keep it coming, so just spiral. And I know I'm gonna keep it 100.